So, regarding the Catholic Church and the European kings, which were the Holy Roman emperors, and but they were colluding together. hmm It wasn't. They made it serve each other's interests to enslave the world, and Germany especially was very tied to the occult. Yeah, this was 2018. Dismembered bodies of women and children found at German Stonehenge. A burial site offers new evidence that humans were used in Neolithic rituals. So, the thing is of course the Catholic Church, being the Church of Satan, um, basically, encouraged using their pagan gods, that they didn't have to completely accept Jesus. They could do this kind of stuff. This is why the Protestants had such issue, and especially the Puritans, saying that, there's still too many pagan practices in the Catholic Church. Absolutely. But what gave Hitler the power was secret knowledge, but not done, not he didn't get that secret power. They couldn't use black magic, put it that way. They had to use transcendence, meditating, drugs, like what's that drug? Ayahuasca, I forget. The one that people take and then they vomit and have some out of body experience kind of thing. Yeah, they would use those. So that's fake. But all of that, Christ consciousness, raising in energy, raising in vibration, all the stuff I say to stay away from, that was all part of it. They would advance their consciousness up to, who knows, something. And whatever that wickedness was, well, it helped them to a mass genocide. I mean, it gave them great power, and it's outright wickedness, of course, what they did during the Holocaust. And the German people were just propagandized too so much that you could almost say they were hypnotized. But the problem is that I had talked about this before, that there were kings, not really in Europe, but like in England, that would come across these body parts, these human sacrifices. And so then they wanted to force Christianity, and people aren't going to accept forced Christianity. But a lot of these people, what they did was they just incorporated all their paganism in. So Hitler was definitely tied to the occult. Some say that he ended up getting the spear of destiny, which would have been the spear that they pierced Jesus with. A Roman soldier who took pity on Jesus because Jesus was so humble. He was the one that stabbed him, but as it says in the Bible, in the Old Testament, Jesus would have no broken bones. So when they got tired of waiting for the people to die, like the two people on the side of Jesus, they broke their legs, and then they died quicker, and they wanted them to die before sundown. Well, this Roman guard took pity on Jesus, and so he speared him instead, which then aligns with Old Testament prophecy that he would have no broken bones. And they say he had this spear, and so when he speared him, blood and water came out of Jesus. And this Roman guard had a vision problem, and his vision problem, the blood got on him, and his eyes were healed. And he converted to Christianity, and he had the spear for a while. Then everybody's claimed it. Of course, the Catholic Church claims they have it. I wouldn't believe anything that occult church says. The occult power behind the spear, which pierced the side of Christ, and how Hitler inverted the force in a bid to conquer the world. you could take, I don't know that that's not completely true given the mass amount of damage they did in such a short time during the Holocaust. 6 million Jews exterminated. Yep, the occult roots of Nazism. There's so many books on it, so I don't think that's a hard stretch considering how evil it all was. But again, this was so. What the European kings did was they collaborated with the Vatican, which is why then the Vatican, collaborated during the Holocaust, and which is why, the Vatican itself started this stuff blaming the Jews, right? Saying the Jews killed Jesus. No, the Roman Empire did. That Roman Empire that became the Catholic Church, and then decided we're still going to persecute the Jews. We're still going to persecute the same people we were doing all along. And what they've done is deflected on the Jews all this time, and now we have stupid people in this country that are still trying to blame the Jews. The Catholic Church has far more influence in the world than the Jews do. But this is, you never see the Catholic Church come out and tell these people that this isn't right. No, because they want people to go after the Jews. It serves Satan. This is Satan. The occult in National Socialism, the symbolic, scientific, and I can't see part of it, influences on the Third Reich. This is then how you get your secret societies here that get this secret knowledge. The only thing is they can't acquire it using black magic. It has to be this transcendence, the mind elevating and reaching that's why you have these false people running around saying you need to raise in vibration and you need to raise into Christ consciousness. They're all trying to lead you to do that, lead you astray. Science for the Soul, occultism, and the genesis of the German modern. So this is all why they saw themselves as they were the primary race, the Aryan race. It's just all Satan all over it. Occult Germany, old gods, mystics, and magicians. Hitler's monsters, and they were monsters, a supernatural natural history of the Third Reich. Yeah, they were all tied to occultism. That's why they were so monstrous. That's why they had no problem experimenting on children, doing the most horrific things. Another book about Hitler's monsters. This was the way they would do some of their elections, the Vatican and the Holy Roman Empire. Just like the occult. But pay attention, I'm going to zoom in on this picture. Look at that. That just looks wicked. All of it is. So this is how you get, so everything that's happening to Europe right now, I don't know that they'll be saved from the Islam taking over. God may have decided, I don't know. Maybe we'll save them, who knows. But here's the thing, the Jews never can go anywhere. They move the Palestinians, I don't care, I'm tired of hearing that they should be free, they can move. Just think, every time these people in history have started blaming the Jews, and this is nothing new to the Jews, it's just nobody ever defends them. Nobody does. So that's why they need to be in Israel, because in every other country this happens and they get blamed, and it's not them. People like Candace and Tucker, they're sick human beings. They're sick, they're twisted, they know who they serve, and they serve this same occult shit. There's no doubt there's wickedness in the world.